Careers in Digital Arts 1, and this is section 2.06. In this lesson, you'll learn about the history of the digital arts. You'll also learn about the career pathways for digital arts, as well as trends that will influence and affect digital arts careers. Objectives: describe a key event in the history of digital arts. Describe the career pathways for digital arts. Identify current or future trends in digital arts careers. Listen to your heart. Van Taylor Monroe was about to become homeless when he got an idea. This artist followed through on his idea and ended up with his work in the Smithsonian. In this video, Monroe describes how taking action on his dream gave him success and a sense of fulfillment.
I graduated from college and I knew I wanted to do something with business. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. My passion wasn't there, but that's where the money was at, and I'm thinking, this, I pay the bills, I'm going to have a family, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to paint on the side. But I got to that point where I couldn't work because I was keep hearing, like, I got to pursue my dream as an artist. That Obama shoe came to me, and I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I painted that shoe, and I went to the mall and took a picture, put it on MySpace. No big deal. Didn't think nothing of it. And then, like, the first big thing that happened was the Smithsonian emailing me, and I thought it was a joke, and I cried. I was like, I was almost homeless in January. Like, had I quit a month before I made that shoe, if I quit an hour before I made that shoe and decided I'm just going to forget about art and this would never happen.
And for those of you who don't know what the Smithsonian Institute is, it's the largest museum. It's in Washington, D.C. So if you ever have an opportunity to go to Washington, D.C., visit the Smithsonian Institute, and you'll have your pick of, I don't know what it is, like 19 museums all in one location that you can go to. Here's a quick little blurb. And I just visited the site so that you could see what these museums are. They've got the African American Museum, the African Art Museum, Air and Space Museum, the Air and Space Museum, Udvar-Hazy Center, American Art Museum, American History Museum, American Indian Museum, American Indian Museum at the High Center, Anacostia Community Museum, Archives of American Art, Arts and Industries Building, Cooper Hewitt, Free Gallery of Art, Hirshhorn, the National Zoo, the Natural History Museum, Portrait Gallery, Postal Museum, Renwick Gallery, S. Dillon Ripley Center, Sackler Gallery, Smithsonian Castle, and Smithsonian Gardens. And here you can see this is the Capitol in Washington, D.C., and the Washington Monument. And it is literally surrounded by all of these museums. So what an incredible trip to make to Washington, D.C. And what a prestigious honor it was for him to have his shoe displayed. So keep going. It's impossible to know what will happen in the future. But there's one thing you can know. If you don't take action on a dream, it probably won't come true. Think about your career path. What will you be doing in the future? What would be your dream come true? Write a profile of your future self. A profile is a short article that describes a person. Think about where you are now and where you want to be. Write your profile as if you're looking back at your life. Summarize where you started. Describe how you got to where you are. Tell about how it feels. Career vocabulary. Algorithm, a mathematical equation that follows a set of rules and calculations or other problem-solving operations. For example, the computer used an algorithm to generate the correct answer. Computer-generated imagery, or CGI. Computer graphics used to create a scene or special effects in television and films. The computer-generated imagery used to create special effects in the film were very realistic. Mobile application or app. Software designed to run on a mobile device such as a tablet or smartphone. For example, Sally used the GPS mobile application on her phone to get directions to the restaurant. Company brand. Marketing and advertising that make up the public perception of a company. McDonald's has a very recognizable company brand. Virtual reality. Computer-generated simulation of a 3D world or image that people can interact with using special electronic equipment. Example, the virtual reality game was so realistic that Sally thought she was seeing a dinosaur in real life. Augmented reality. A computer-generated image or video that is superimposed over a person's view of the real world, creating a composite view. Augmented reality is being used today in many mobile device navigation apps. Artificial intelligence. Intelligence demonstrated by a machine. For example, the computer used artificial intelligence to solve the complex problem. AI generator. Artificial intelligence generators take existing content and then rewrite and shuffle it around to create new content. Example, using existing websites and blogs, AI generators can help us write content faster. AI discriminator. The artificial intelligence discriminator evaluates the content that an AI generator creates and compares it to a real-world data set. For example, the AI generator goal is to fool the AI discriminator to identify the content it creates as real. History of digital arts. Digital art is all around us today. It is on internet, on websites, social media sites, and video games. We see it in magazines and graphic novels. In fact, digital arts have become so important to society that there are now museums that only feature digital art. But do you know that digital arts is a relatively new field? After all, we couldn't have digital art without computers. You'll learn about the historical significant advances in digital art next. Founding fathers of digital arts. The first art to be developed on a computer was made by John Whitney in 1960. Whitney created the first computer-generated art by using mathematical functions to create computer imaging. He then experimented using computer imaging in film, which is recognized today as the first CGI animation. He was also one of the first to link music to this type of film. He is considered one of the founding fathers of digital arts. In 1963, Friedrich, another founding father of digital art, called an algorithm for a room-sized computer that mathematically interpreted the painting Hauptweg and Nebenweg by Paul Klee. See Paul Klee's painting on the top right, as well as the computer-generated interpretation of this art underneath it. So here's Klee's painting. Oh, and there's the computer-generated interpretation. Experiments in Art and Technology group formed. Another key event in digital arts history was the formation of the Experiments in Art and Technology, or EAT group, in 1967. EAT promoted an alliance between art and technology. An example of this alliance is video projection and wireless sound transmission, which has not been seen in the art of the 1960s. Artists and technology gurus collaborated to create innovative art that combined digital and physical elements. This group paved the path for digital artists to create great and memorable works. Home computers embraced. In the 1970s, home computers became more and more popular. In 1977, Apple released the Apple II computer that featured color graphics. With the availability of color displayed on the screen, people grew more interested in creating and sharing graphic images. This led to the development of paint and drawing application programs. Suddenly, artists and hobbyists had a platform to start developing and sharing digital art right from their homes. The term digital art established. In the 1980s, the term digital art was coined by a group of engineers who developed a paint software program that integrated with a robot, allowing it to draw digitally designed images on paper. This technology was embraced by pioneering digital artist Harold Cohen. In 1985, renowned artist Andy Warhol endorsed Commodore computers. He created 28 digital artworks for them. This collaboration caused other artists to see the beauty of using a computer to create works of art and also showed that they could make money from this type of art. The 80s also saw the internet open to the public, and the first .com domain name was registered. Although it was not necessarily the goal at the time, it would eventually allow artists to make their own web pages, promote their work, and learn new skills and techniques, as well as collaborate with other artists around the world. Expansion of powerful, innovative technology in the internet. CGI was introduced in the 1990s and quickly became firmly integrated in the entertainment market. The Terminator 2, Judgment Day, Jurassic Park, and The Matrix were three very popular CGI-enhanced movies from this era. Faster computers and CGI software programs like Adobe Flash or Toon Boom allowed individual artists to produce professional-grade films, games, and even fine art on their home computers. Artists and animators now are producing what used to cost thousands of dollars and could only be produced by large companies. CGI continues to be a staple in the entertainment market today. Another advancement made in the 90s was the introduction of the HTML tag for web pages. Prior to this tag, websites presented only textual information. The image tag allowed photos, images, and simple animations to be displayed on the web. This opened a whole new field of web design and a new career path for artists. The video game industry also made huge leaps in the 1990s. Digital gaming had started in the 1970s with simple games like Pong or Asteroids, but new generations of computer hardware were letting developers push the boundaries of what could be captured in the game. For many artists, it was more and more possible to realize their artistic talents through games played on a home system, and as such, artists became a much larger part of a company's creative team. Mobile devices. In November of 2012, Apple introduced the iPad, which led a new wave of touchscreen-friendly art programs. Tablets like the iPad and other stylus-based electronic devices open up avenues for artists of myriad skill levels to learn and connect with each other. Like the home computer before it, these products ushered in a new age in the evolving state of digital arts. With the introduction of mobile applications or apps, digital artists could access their favorite software through their smartphone or tablet with a simple press of a finger. One of the key selling points for a mobile device today is the built-in camera, which now often rivals the quality of standalone digital cameras. Anyone can take high-quality photos and videos and even edit or enhance them right on the device itself. Web connectivity lets artists upload their work to websites and social media instantaneously. Being able to capture the moment has never been easier. What is a digital arts career? When art is created on a computer platform with digital software, it is considered digital art. It has never been more exciting and rewarding to be a digital artist than it is today, with an abundance of exciting technologies and a host of specialized careers from which to choose. You will learn about several of these careers now. Graphic designer. Graphic designers create images called digital graphics using computer hardware and software. You'll find digital graphics in many industries, including entertainment, travel, and the web. Businesses in all areas are always looking for creative people to help them create and communicate their company brand through iconic imagery. Graphic designers are in demand today. Knowing how to use the technology, software, and hardware to create dynamic, eye-catching graphics is key to social media, web design, and advertising. The tools of the trade are computers, large monitors, keyboards, scanners, printers, graphic tablets, and styluses. These tools enable graphic designers to create anything they can imagine. Digital photographer. Digital photography involves taking photos on a digital device where the image is saved in digital format on a storage device rather than on traditional film. Digital cameras allow photographers to take thousands of photos without the pricey limitation of film. The image files can be quickly imported to and edited on a personal computer or other device. This form of photography has grown very popular in the past 20 years as the technology has developed. Camera technology has improved to the point where most smartphones can take professional quality images, allowing anyone to dabble in this career path. Many industries rely on digital photography for the marketing of their company and advertising communications. Comic book artist. In the past, comic books were created with hand-drawn illustrations, frame by frame, page by page. Today, many comics are created on the computer. It is a much speedier and cost-effective way to visually create a story. Edits can be more easily performed to existing illustrations, saving time and money. It is not unusual for one digital artist to develop an entire comic strip or graphic novel. Using a tablet and stylus as well as a computer or mobile device, a digital artist is set with all the tools they need to create the next great adventure story. Animated filmmaker. Through the integration of digital video graphics and animation software, it is possible to create professional level animated works on your home computer. Software such as Blender is not only used by professional animators, but may also be open source and available for free on the internet for anyone to try. Animation became a popular artistic medium in the 1940s when Walt Disney started to create cartoons by hand. Modern digital animators create stories, documentaries, and other forms of entertainment using computers, animation software, and other media devices like video cameras, scanners, and external storage devices. Video game graphic designer. The game industry has grown exponentially from its early days. Modern games can require a whole development team of graphic designers familiar with programming, gaming, storytelling, and 3D modeling. The popularity of video games ensures the job security of digital artists. New video games are released all the time, and popular video games of the past are being refined and updated to take advantage of new, more powerful systems. All this requires a talented graphic designer. Virtual reality graphic designer. Virtual reality, or VR, is an emerging technology that creates a simulated 3D environment. It is used in video game design as well as in fields of diverse as mental health therapy and tourism. This technology is in its infancy and will continue to develop and integrate into many areas of our lives. A career as a VR graphic designer will likely be in demand for many years as this industry grows and expands. Animator and modeler. These two careers are similar as they both use digital graphics to communicate processes and present products or functions. Some examples include a medical animator who animates surgery procedures, or a legal animator who creates a crime scene to bring it to life in a courtroom. Similarly, a modeler creates 3D images such as architectural blueprints or the workings of an engine. Many businesses and entertainment companies use modeling to help illustrate a concept or product. Visual effects editor. A visual effects editor creates the dramatic and exciting effects that you see in many movies and TV shows today. This includes the explosions, morphing shapes, and other special effects that make a movie or message effective and engaging to its audience. Visual effects editors work with a team of other video and production professionals. They must have strong technical backgrounds and know when to employ the most efficient and effective technique to solve a problem or how to make a scene more exciting or believable. Trends in digital arts. Future trends in the digital arts will rely heavily on the advancements of technology. As technology progresses, so will the need for graphic design, video, illustration, animation, modeling, and digital photograph. The need for realistic, believable, and authentic images will always be in demand, even as tastes and trends change. You'll learn about the trends most likely to drive digital arts' future next. Virtual reality. As we discussed earlier in the lesson, virtual reality is still a technology in its infancy. Fully immersive video content is a trend that is already here but is poised to take off in the near future. Many companies such as game designers, Valve, and even Facebook are investing heavily in this technology. While VR games have shown some success in arcades, these companies are consistently pushing for greater at-home adoption of their VR headsets. Digital artists will be a key factor in both mocking up new VR devices and creating graphics for the experiences they provide. Augmented reality is an interactive experience in a real-world environment. Graphic images display over real locations, providing education, entertainment, or information. One example might be at a sporting event. Imagine that you're watching a game. Statistics hover over and around the players moving about the field. One way to view this sort of material is to use a head-mounted display with a small screen in front of your eyes, allowing you to see both the display and the world around you. Screens and cameras on smartphones and mobile tablet devices are used as well. This technology is becoming more common as there are many popular mobile games that use augmented reality, as well as museums and theme parks. Although much of AR involves simply viewing the world around you, digital artists will play a huge role in creating immersive graphic overlays for this unique experience. Artificial intelligence, AI, is a trend that is also looking to grow and develop into maturity, particularly in the field of digital art. AI actually creates a piece of art based on an algorithm that has two parts, a generator and a discriminator. The AI is presented with a set of similar images that go into a database. The discriminator analyzes the images to make sure that they fit the set of criteria of the algorithm. The generator makes a new image from the data. AI is just starting to influence digital art. AI is now being used to create artwork by first analyzing a genre of art, like a database of 1800s paintings of landscapes. It can then generate a unique image of a landscape painting from this information. AI can also apply an artistic style to the image, like Impressionism, or it can remix the image with a combination of artistic styles and content. Social media will continue to drive the digital arts field forward. Nothing catches your attention like a dynamic and exciting image. With so many individuals and companies relying on social media to promote and advertise products and services, the digital artist again has job security for the future. Social media influences digital art in other ways as well. It has never been easier to connect with artists or learn about art than it is on social media. You can use social media to advertise yourself and your artwork and to look for jobs.